as they get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Three bud.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler, as a rookie last year, in on the stop there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
58, the money. Watch the curl.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's got his man. That's Landry. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Check 50.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield, and avoids the contact by sliding. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Good. 180.
Mike, number 53.
Run.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Topper. Done.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check 53's Mike.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Mike. Hey, alert 33. 20.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Mayfield on play action. On the move to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Let's go.
3rd and goal, they're going with Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
All right, I've got to be careful here, all right? He's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his feet as far as he's concerned.
Well, he's saying I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it with McCoy. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. McCoy, 5th season with the Bills after those 6 in Philadelphia. And remember, he had 4 or 5 years as a 1,000-yard rusher, but then last season really dipped down, just above 500 yards, only 3 touchdowns. Of course, watch the age as well. He did turn 31 back in July. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And his throw is incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. But no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A toss play to Chubb. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Taron Johnson made the stop. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out.
180. Real.
Who that? Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
180.
Mike, 49.
Alert.
That's the way. Hey,
General West. Hey, alert 33. Watch out.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Throwing again on second down. Mayfield, they'll let it go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Joseph now to have the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Next to score, Browns 14, Bills nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jannard Avery came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Bravo.
53, check.
Here's Allen to throw it. He's going deep for Brown. It got his man complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now McCoy. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Hey, wahoo!
Looking to throw on second down. Allen. Smith catches left side. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From midfield, here's Allen. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Browns drive about to get started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Browns, first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Switch.
Mayfield off the play fake. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
The Browns on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 4th down, and on is Greg Joseph for the Browns field goal. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Joseph is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. You did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go, D.
From the gun, it's Allen. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes, and when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Cleveland offense ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
On the run, it's Pumphrey. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. To the air, Allen looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McCoy. And McCoy loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Joe Schobert came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Allen now looks to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
A run for Nick Chubb. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
180.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
They run it again with Chubb. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The kick by Joseph is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Come on, fellas. At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Joe Schobert able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They run with Pumphrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Now 3rd and 9.
Set, 180.
Mike, 49.
Kings.
D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. McCoy.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And now here's another interception. Picked off around the 41. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. They run. Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Get ready. Get ready.
25-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
5. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm coming. Ready.
First toss of the game here for the backup Barkley. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better. Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
3rd down.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Barkley. And that's caught by Beasley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36. From the gun, Barkley. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Smith. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Barkley. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. They'll run here with Pumphrey. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
Again, it's Pumphrey. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Set, 180!
49. Watch the slant.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Check, 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 check.
Chubb. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check 4, check 4.
Pistol.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just call the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Just like that. Just like that.
Off the play fake. Barkley. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now West. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Big series right here, so we got to step it up. Check. 53's mine. Check.
Here's Barkley. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and it was their defense.